Welcome back for another vlog for Working Wisdom Wednesday. Now I noticed last week that like the volume is still low, and I don't know if it's because I'm talking low or what. Maybe it's just my phone. I don't know. But anyway, Wednesdays are probably one of my favorite days of the week, even though I feel like I hustle hard on Wednesdays. The grind is real. It really is. But like today, I got a check for. You know what? I'm not even gonna go into all that because I'll tell you about that Friday. But anyway, Working Wisdom Wednesday. What advice could I give you guys or share with you from my own experience? Hmm. I'll come up with a title. But let me just share what happened to me today. So I'm gonna say the end of 2018. Like always, I set goals for myself, right? And one of my goals, I specifically said I want to have at least 1 to 2 rental properties by September 2019. Now my goal was like to own my own home within my 30th year. So basically before my birthday in November, I was like I need to own my own home. So as some of you guys probably know, if you look back at some of the other vlogs, you'll see that my grandparents both passed away within these last 2 years, and they owned a home, and I think they're the only homeowners in my family, and I definitely used them as motivation for me at times, just to keep pushing because I knew that they started from just so little. I shared like that my grandfather was a janitor, a custodian, um, for many years, and he retired with that job, with that position. And he loved what he did. There's no minimizing that. He loved that work. He loved what he did. And they loved him. Like they threw him a really big retirement party, and I could just see him. He's that janitor that is mopping and sweeping, but he's gonna speak to you and make you smile. When you wait to see the doctor, that kind of thing. So it was a career for him. He was also a gospel singer, so it wasn't like he just worked this crazy job and didn't have anything that he liked to do or was passionate about. He did both. So that was him. And then my grandmother, I know she worked in like this liver mush factory for many years, and she shared that she had picked cotton at times. I remember her working for this older man at one point, and she would pick green beans and stuff for him and stuff. Like I remember that as a little girl watching that. And sometimes like I thought, we're all joining in because she would be like, yeah, you're gonna pay us such and such for such and such amount of bags or whatever. And like that's how much we needed money was like, we are here picking vegetables and stuff, trying to make some little bit of extra money because it was exciting. Like, yeah, we get to get this little bit of money, or it wasn't little then, but it was like, we get to make this much money. Yeah, we get $20 for this, whatever. So that's the kind of background I have in terms of finances. It's like not ever having enough, but it was never really talked about. I guess that poverty was like so normal that it wasn't even an issue. It was normal to um, wait or count down for the first of the month to come, specifically for my grandparents, Social Security checks and retirement checks, whatever, because we knew that's when they would have money, and that's when we'd get a lot of food and snacks and stuff. And so that was just what I grew up around. So graduating with both my graduations, as I shared in my book, neither of my grandparents came to either of my graduations, or I had 3 total. They didn't come to either one of them, and they didn't live too far from the school I went to. But they were proud. My grandmother hung up a newspaper article where it talked about me graduating and not being a statistic or setting an example. She hung it up in her living room so for everyone could see it. So it wasn't like they weren't proud, but they didn't come, and that hurt me. For many years, it definitely hurt me, and I had to realize like they're proud, but they didn't understand the significance of it, or only understood it to a certain extent. Um, I think both of them didn't go much further than 5th grade. I think my grandfather said 3rd grade for him. So to put that in perspective, I don't think they really understood what I was doing. But anyway, fast forward all these years, and I was not the person who benefited from them financially. I didn't get any assistance from them or help from them like a lot of my family did. But here it is, their house is in foreclosure, you know, and I learned about it when I first came down, when I was coming down to do interviews and, media and TV interviews for my book release, and I realized, okay, I found out, from my mom that the house is in, they're trying to foreclose on it, but it was presented to me like, oh, they're just trying to get in the state or figure out. And I'm like, well, it sounds like it's in foreclosure, but everybody kept denying that. I'm like, with my real estate background, I studied this pretty intensely, and I'm like, are you sure? So today, which is so funny how God works, because I work up until about 5 o'clock every day, and I don't work here. I work an hour away from like my hometown. I work in Charlotte, so basically, that's like 6 o'clock or later getting home or getting back to this area, whatever. And so I was like, it came to comping time basically because I did a training on Saturday. My supervisor was like, oh, you can leave early, whatever. You can leave early on Wednesday, whatever day that you want to leave early on. So I was like, Wednesday, I don't know. I guess because I was like, oh, I have to do groups anyway, my private practice work. So I'm thinking, get up early, maybe go take a nap, whatever, and do your groups, and you're good. So you can enjoy your day. I knew today was the day my mom would have to go back to court, but it didn't really register to me because I guess because I knew I was working these hours, I didn't think about going to court with her. It just, I don't know. Um, so anyway, I went, my uncle went, the oldest child, and my brother actually went, and my mom, of course. And so as the lady was talking, turns out the people from the mortgage servicer didn't show up. But had they showed up, they were literally signing. She was signing on the line today to foreclose it. And because I literally stopped my mom from rambling because that's what she does. And I was like, Mom, no. I said, can you tell what's the status of this right now? And she was like, oh, it's in foreclosure. Like, I'm the judge in this. And she was like, literally today, I would have signed off on the foreclosure to start, like, this would be it. Like, it would be on, like, for sale, basically. And, like, my mom looked at me and my uncle, I looked at each other, and I was like, that's what I've been asking this whole time. And so I kept telling y'all, I'm thinking this is pretty much in foreclosure. Um, and so she was like, yeah, she was like, you guys don't even realize, like, this has really bought y'all time because they're putting it in loss mitigation. Basically, they're willing to work with the borrowers. Obviously, my grandparents are deceased, both of them, and that's the only names. And they didn't leave a will, which most black people don't. Unfortunately, let's just be real. I have a will in the state already for my children. Actually, shout out to Trust and Will. I worked with them to do that, and it was great. It was quick and easy. Check it out in my Instagram post in the profile. You'll see a post of what I did with them. So anyway, the reality of that set in. It was like the people that live in that house right now, they would be trying to find a place to live probably by the end of this month. But like she said, they didn't show up. So we called. I said I had everybody, go to my mom's house, and we called the loan servicer, and they said that basically they had sent out paperwork for someone to assume the loan, and basically to figure out who was over the estates and whatever, my grandparents' estate. Nobody has gone to probate court, nobody has done anything like that. And they sent letters out, everything. Everybody's just looking at the paperwork and just like almost hoping it magically disappears. That's not how it works. So anyway, I talked to him, and I had been battling with this the whole time I've been here. I've been like, okay, God, what do you want me to do? And I realized I've been struggling to try to get a mortgage. That's just not gonna. And then I have this thing where I'm like, I really do miss Atlanta. So that's two things. And I'm like, Well, I said I wanted real estate investment property by September. That's next month. I said I want to own my own home by November. That, to assume this mortgage is the answer to every one of those challenges right there. Literally. Um, I realize I think that for me, God keeps blocking literally every time. He keeps blocking me getting a mortgage because I don't think He wants me. I always had this goal, this dream of buying, like paying for my house in cash. And if I didn't pay for it in cash, it's like gonna be one of those multi-million-dollar estates. That's just kind of where my mind goes, honestly. I was like, God, hey, like you're blocking this for a reason. So then I was like, okay, now it answers that question. That's why you've been blocking it because think about had I gotten a mortgage already, I wouldn't be able to assume this loan because they'd say it's too much debt or whatever. So I'm like, okay, now it answers the question. I can save this house. I can keep my uncle and my cousin, whoever lives in the house, they can stay there. They have to pay rent, so they'd be the tenants there basically. And that's my investment property. It really keeps it in the family. A Burston owns it still. You know what I mean? Worst case scenario, if they don't want to abide by that, then I can bring on a property management company. I already have a great one that I worked with before that I rented from personally. That's really good and that works with homes in that area already. Rent that out. That's an investment property. So whenever I'm ready to move back to Atlanta, that will be my first investment property. And also the house is still in the family. My grandfather and grandmother did not lose their home, but this is the perfect situation. So, end of the day, though, I still got to go to probate court. Well, they put my name down as the successor of interest, so it's already on their paperwork and their notes. And so I got to go to probate court, and they basically have to assign me as that the judge, and then I have to submit those forms to the mortgage company or wherever loan servicer. And then I have to submit all my stuff, which I already have because I've been trying to get a mortgage. So think about it. I already have all that stuff already ready. My tax documents, everything's already ready. So I'm trying to get my own mortgage. Everything they need in order to put it in my name, it's already ready. And they gave me an email address to send all that to. Thankfully, I got the job because they're asking for 3 pay stubs. So by the end of September, mid-September, I will have the first 3 from this job, and then I can show them my self-employment income. So everything is there. So basically, I would say by the end of September, mid-October, I will own my first property. I will have saved my family home from foreclosure, and I would have my own home in my 30th year. So I guess my tip strategy for you is even when you don't think things are going the way you want them to go, God, because I always give Him the glory. He has a way of orchestrating things to work out better than you could have ever imagined or better than you could have ever planned. It's all working for your own good. Because I kept asking myself, why am I even back here in North Carolina? I was so focused on my business and stuff I had going on in Atlanta, I would have never really known what was going on here. Like, I'd have been like, oh, that's y'all stuff. I don't have nothing to do with that. But he literally brought me back here. He kept me here. And I had to learn some lessons, learn some things. But in the midst of that, he was figuring out a way to allow me to accomplish those goals. So I would have my first property. I have a couple weeks ago, I met with um, my mom's landlord actually, and he's a multimillionaire, and he's been doing real estate for, I don't know, at least 50 something years. I'll probably get to meet with him later this week, and so I'll talk to him about this whole process and help me through it and what's the best thing to do and all that. So after that, I want to keep getting more real estate properties. I'm so excited. It's like I'm really finally stepping into all this. And then next week, I will start working on my movie script officially. So, like, there is so much progress, but you gotta remember that even when things aren't looking the way you want them to, it seems like it's not everything's not lining up. You just so confused. You're just like, but God, you promised me. But God, you said I was gonna have this. Even in the midst of that, He's working out something for you that's better than you could have planned or imagined. You just gotta trust the process. It's not always gonna look the way you want it to look. It's not always gonna go in the same route that you wanted to go. It could be some detours. It could be you having to turn around. It could be you having to move back. You know, but then when you move back from where you come from, you on a whole other level. Like, to me, going back to Atlanta is to be an executive producer or working with BET and all that, like working with Tyler Perry, living in a multi-million-dollar estate, like all of that is what I want to do when I move back to Atlanta. Or who knows, God may have me move to California. Who knows? But while I'm here, I want to make the best of what I'm doing. I want to keep working with the ladies I work with at the counseling center and making a difference and making an impact on them. And I want to, you know, really get into real estate investing. um, I feel I would definitely, well, I'll talk about this Friday, so tune in Friday. That's some plans I have in mind that I didn't even think I was going to be able to do, but now it's like, okay, maybe you need to go ahead and do that now. Anyway, trust God, trust the process. It's working for your good. Nothing is for your bad. I promise you, even when it feels so horrible and draining and just overwhelming, period. Like, it's working for your best interest, and you gotta trust it. You gotta know that you're growing. It's growing you. It's growing you. And you're gonna be okay. Alright? Alright, guys, I gotta go to sleep, so, because I gotta get some rest. It's been a long day, y'all. It's been a highs and lows, so I can say. But, shout out to everybody who's giving me love for this move that I just made today. It was scary, y'all. I was like, I've been thinking about this for months now, at least 2 months, and I'm just like, okay, today is the day. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Um, it's up from here, y'all. For real. I feel it. To me, this is like it just confirms that I'm definitely going to be a multimillionaire. I feel it. Like, I feel so Oprah-ish today. You know what's her essence of like real estate, right? I mean, really. And I just realized, y'all, I am in my 4th year as a real estate broker. I don't know. We're gonna see what God has for me, but stay focused. Do not deviate from the plan. Really, in terms of like believing that it's gonna be possible, it's gonna happen. But maybe not the way you wanted it to, but it will. All right. See you later.